So if you've looked at replacing your derby cover on your 2018 or 2019 Fat Bob, then you've probably already discovered what I found out as I started looking at the options. First off, our derby cover is a smaller diameter than what the standard one is that's been out there forever with Harley. So there aren't a lot of options out there for getting custom derby covers unless you can find a third party that will either buy a blank from Harley and do it for you, or will allow you to buy a blank from Harley and ship it to them. Some will. Most of the ones I talk to won't. I don't know why, but then the other thing that you'll find is that the options available through Harley themselves are very limited, and it's just the same tired old stuff that they provide. Not a lot of options. Well, I decided to take a different approach to the problem, and today we're going to be replacing this with this. So as I was looking around for options for derby covers, I came across this particular derby cover that I saw on a 2019 Breakout. So after doing a little research and getting some assistance from the awesome service folks over at my dealership, I was able to confirm that the derby cover, this particular derby cover from the Breakout, actually would fit on the 2019 Fat Bob. So we ordered that and some screws. I wanted black screws instead of the chrome, as well as black washers to kind of get rid of all the chrome around the derby. Replacing the derby cover is pretty straightforward. I know there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube already, but I'm going to go ahead and record this as part of this video anyway. So a couple of things you need to know in replacing your derby cover. You'll need a Torx T25 Torx bit to get these screws off, put the new ones on. And then as we work with the derby cover, we're going to remove the screws in a star pattern, starting at position 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the first thing I'm going to do is just loosen these bolts. And I'm going to go in that star pattern that we talked about. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So before we go any further, one thing I do need to mention is that your bike should be standing straight up, not over on the kickstand. That way you won't spill any fluids out whenever we take this off. Okay, so with those loosened, I'm going to go ahead and just pull these out. I'm going to not start in the 1 position, I'm actually going to start in the 2 position. Now make sure when you take this last one out that you hold the derby cover so it doesn't fall off. Okay. Now my gasket didn't come out, kind of stayed seated. I'm not sure why that was bent. Hopefully that hasn't been bent the whole time. May have been because I see a little leakage here. I'm actually going to be taking my bike in for the 1,000-mile service soon, so I'm not replacing the gasket. Right now I've only got about 700 miles on the bike. I'll hit 1,000 over the weekend, but what I'm going to do is take a little bit of oil off here, kind of wipe it just around the gasket. Make sure it's seated. All right, so to put the new one on, again, here's the part number for the screws that I ordered to make sure that I had black. And you'll notice on these as well that they already come with a little bit of Loctite on them, so you don't need to add any Loctite to those. And then we'll also use the washers that I ordered. We'll also use the washers I ordered as well. So there's that part number again. So I'm just going to hand thread these in a little bit to hold this up. So the last thing you want to do is torque these down. The Harley spec for this is 25 to 35 inch-pounds. So I'm going to split the difference and do 30, and I'm going to torque these down in the same star pattern that we've been working with. And there we go. All right, I think that looks so much nicer without that big splash of chrome sticking right in your face.
Hopefully this video will help someone out there thinking about doing something similar with their bike. If you found this useful, please hit the like button. And if you've not already subscribed to the channel and you dig the content, please consider hitting those subscribe and notification buttons as well. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great day. Peace.